Welcome, artists. We are going to practice two things today. We're going to practice making lines and naming them. We're also going to practice swish, wipe, and blot. We are going to start by making a picture of an owl. And to do that, you're going to need a circle template, and you're also going to need a black crayon. So I'm going to put this circle close to the top of my paper. And you might notice my paper is nice and tall. I need for it to be tall today to fit the owl best. So I'm going to need two eyes. I only have one template though. That's okay. I'm going to trace it as carefully as I can. And then I can pick it up and move it over and trace it again. And then I will have two circle owl eyes. How cool is that? Now I can put my template back in the basket, and I'm going to make another shape, and that shape is a diamond, or you might call it a rhombus. And I'm going to put the diamond right here, which is where the owl's beak will be. So to make a rhombus, I make a line that goes up and down. This is like a zigzag. And then I do the same thing on the bottom. It's like two letter V's on top of each other, one upside down and one right side up. Next, I'm going to make the mask around the owl's eyes and beak, and I'm just going to make it with a nice big curvy line. I'm going to make some ears now. And they're not very big. Owls don't have big ears, and they sit up towards the top of their head. Now watch carefully. I'm going to make a little zigzag shape, or line rather, but it's not touching the mask. This one over here, same thing. It's a little upside down V, not touching the mask. And then I'm going to make a horizontal line. Oh, I broke my crayon. Rats. It's okay. I'll keep going. Horizontal line all the way across. Now, I'm going to go back to this spot right here, and I'm going to make a nice big curvy line for the owl's body by coming down, not to the bottom of the paper, and then back up. It's like a U. I'm leaving some room down here for my owl's feet, but just so I don't forget, I'm going to make two little bumps here and here. And then the legs will come down from there. I'm not going to do the legs right now, and you'll see why later. Just trust me. So next, I'm going to need to give this owl some wings. I'm going to give it a little wing right here, kind of like a pocket, by making a curvy shape and then closing it with a zigzag. And then I might even give it some tail feathers right there. Now, my owl is missing some details, so this is where it's really up to you and how you want your owl to look. You can add to your owl's eyes. You can add decorations and patterns around your owl in different places to really make it your own. There's so many different kinds of lines we can use. I can add lines to show feathers. It's really up to you. So I know we don't have legs. It's okay. But right now, this owl is ready for paint. So I'm going to put my name over on the side so that I know it's my owl. And I'm going to go get my paint tray. Here it is. It's my paint tray. And I'm going to set this right next to my art. I'm going to scoot my art over just a little bit. And I have all the things that I will need to paint and to swish, wipe, and blot. So let's jump in. I'm going to take my brush. I don't need to get it wet because all of this paint already has water in it. So I'm just going to take a little bit of paint. That's about half of a brush full. And I'll start to add some paint to my owl. Now, here's the thing. This is a paintbrush. not a spoon. I'm not going to scoop out big globs of paint because that makes a real mess. I can't control the paint very well if I get a big glob. It also makes for big trouble when you're cleaning your brushes because big globs of paint lead to paint getting stuck in this part of the brush right here where the bristles meet this shiny silver part called the ferrule. So I'm going to take just a dab at a time and use all my paint up before I switch colors. And I need to use all my paint up because otherwise my paint will end up in my washing cup, and that's just a waste of paint. So let's pretend that I'm done with orange. I'm not really, but I'm excited to change colors, so I can always go back and finish the orange part. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to swish, wipe, and blot. Now the water is a little orange, but not too orange, and that's because I used most of my paint. And there's no paint on my blotting towel. That's a sign that I cleaned my brush well. And also that I didn't use too much paint on my brush. Now I can dip into another color, just halfway, and then continue painting.